another team that's on hard times, Daddy. It's probably the Ravens. A bad beats for the Ravens. We'll see here. Bills coming back. We were talking beforehand. I woke up in the morning. My app did not update, and I saw 40-25 when I woke up. And only today did I see that there was an actual comeback. Going back and watching the rest of this game.
What did you remember? You didn't pick the Ravens this week. Were you pleased with that?
I did not get the Steelers. Worst of both worlds. Steelers win and they don't cover, so it didn't help my pick here. But but yeah, bad break for the Ravens. 40 points, both teams here. Maybe there's a chance for this Browns offense.
I was going nuts when this went in, by the way. I was like, that was the joy that I felt week one right there. That says something about our team, but I was absolutely jumping for joy Sunday night when I got to watch some of those Ravens fans that made the trip to Buffalo have to go home sad.
Will we be jumping for joy this Sunday, Drew?
No, but there's reasons for some optimism. I think the Browns match up really well against the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they match up certainly less well against the Baltimore Ravens. The strength of the Browns defense is certainly being able to cover and being able to rush the passer, and that showed very much so in that game against the Bengals, a team that doesn't have a strong running game that relies on the quarterback and on the passing game, which is a pretty good strategy in today's NFL. But the Browns defense is very much geared up towards stopping that, and they're quite good at what they do. Now, they're going up against a team that is going to give them the opposite of that. So against a Bills defense, which certainly struggled in 2024 and looks like it might struggle this year. So there's take this with a tiny grain of salt. But Derrick Henry averaged over 9 yards per carry. Lamar Jackson had almost 12 yards per carry. He had over 70 yards rushing. These guys just body you with this running game. Between the two of them, they had something like 100 or 225, 230 yards rushing between just those two players. So they're going to have to find a way to be better against the run than they have been in years past. There's reason for optimism when they go out and draft a guy 5th overall that they're going to be better in that area. But that's certainly the matchup I'm going to be looking at is how, if the Browns can slow down this Ravens running game. They've done this in the past. They've made Lamar have to beat them, but it's going to take certainly all 11 guys. It's going to take the whole team selling out and then leaving the corners on islands. And let's see what happens. But you can't allow Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson to just run the ball on you all day long. That's you're not going to have a good time.
Eric, we had Browns. Can Lamar evade the rush? And we talked earlier about how the defensive line looked incredible against the Bengals. Didn't solve all problems, but we had momentum towards the very end here, and being able to stop the Bengals. Similar, Myles Garrett just seems like the best Brown of all time. Is he going to wreak havoc against Lamar this Sunday?
I mean, I'm sure he'll have a good Myles performance, but Lamar Jackson's a lot more fleet of foot than Joe Burrow. I mean, I remember seeing that game, even the game the Browns won last year, the last drive, how he could evade so many rushers and get a pass away. It's going to be a tall order. So, I mean, I think if the Browns want to have a chance to win this game, they're going to have to put up much more than 16 points this game. I don't think it's going to be a 41-40 game, but I think it's going to be somewhere probably in the upper 20s to low 30s. So, Josh Allen put up 400 yards and almost 400 yards in the air last week, and they only averaged 100 yards on the ground. Now, a lot of that was being down by 15 points, so they kind of had to throw it, but hopefully that gives the Browns confidence that they are able to throw the ball, because I think to Drew's point, they had under 50 yards rushing for the game last week. Again, we don't know the status of Quinshon Judkins, but assuming he's not playing, I don't have high hopes for this rushing attack. So yeah, they're going to have to make the passing game work. I really like to see Dylan Sampson and Harold Fannin Jr. get in the passing game. Granted, they didn't have a tremendous amount of yards, but they're getting involved and they're moving the sticks. Isaiah Bond caught, the first 3 plays all had catches by rookies. Isaiah Bond was 1 catch for 5 yards, but hey, it's a starting point. I'm hoping that, a couple of these guys are going to get acclimated, and then some of the veterans like David Njoku or I guess Cedric Tillman, probably more Jerry Jeudy, can kind of, know their role, not shut their mouth, but know their role and kind of get introduced in this offense and kind of, convert and, stray away from those bad plays that we saw in the second half. Flacco had some long, time-consuming drives last week, and that's fine. It keeps the ball away from the Ravens, which is what we want to do. But we got to put points on the board. We can't just have long drives and then miss a field goal or make 2 field goals out of 3 or 4 possessions. So, yeah, I think they have that ability, but again, it's kind of like our margin for error is very slim, and going to need all hands on deck and a very, very low chance of mistakes for this Cleveland Browns offense and defense.